Today, we shall be talking about the masculine and the feminine energy. Right, let's just clarify things. These are divine energies. They do not label the male and the female physical person. The masculine and feminine energy are there to work together, just like the positive and negative poles of energy do. No energy is superior or inferior to the other. They're just here to work together to compensate each other in order to produce energy. Without one of these, there is no energy, and there is no you, and there is no this. There is no illusion of life. Hello, elements. I can't do the element sign. I'm holding an umbrella. It's a very, very humid and wet day today in Babane. It's not raining per se, but the droplets are very irritating. I love rain, yeah, but then when making a video, it's not really ideal to have rain around you. So not today. So it's a Friday once again. We're at the park, and then the elementation era is taking off perfectly well. I'm sure by month end I shall be having something quite positive about the feedback on how it's happening. So woohoo! Brace yourselves, element, brace yourselves. We might be winning. And to those who have just joined us, the first viewers, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to you all. And here I address issues that people are extremely naive to talk about, issues that are extremely controversial, and I address them with facts, straight facts. I do not sugarcoat anything. And today I might be your enemy, but then in my next video I might be your friend, because my opinions are very different from yours. Today we might agree on the same thing, and tomorrow you might hate me because we are not the same person. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, so brace yourselves. Today we shall be talking about the masculine and the feminine energy. Okay, let's just clarify things without going any further. The masculine and the feminine energy, these are divine energies. They do not describe or label the male and the female physical person, right? These energies are just two divine energies. I will talk about energy in one of my videos. I know I'm still owing you energy as a topic, but then I am trying to gather enough information such that I do not fumble it, because energy is really diverse, and if I talk about it in bits and pieces, I might actually fumble it so hard. It's a really complicated subject. So let me just first start with this masculine feminine age, because things have been going about. People are so confused about their identity such that they're actually bullying and taking over other people's energies and controlling other people in the name of gender and energies, right? So today I just came by to clarify that. Okay, let me just summarize energy in a bit, right? Energy is, let me just say, I can choose to call God, right? It created this whole thing we're perceiving today, this whole illusion we're perceiving today as life, right? So it's the first building block of life, that is energy. So there's nothing beyond energy. So yes, that's why I'm saying let's just call it, for now, let's just call it God for today's video, right? So it's the initial thing that actually built or created this illusion called life, right? So energy is divided into two. There is just nothing beyond these two sectors or departments. It's the positive and the negative. There's nothing. You cannot divide energy more than that, right? So it's negative and positive energy. So we have that. The negative and positive, that's another misconception and misinterpretation of energy. Negative doesn't necessarily mean the bads, and positive doesn't necessarily mean the goods, right? Positive just means that the energy has a certain currency and is flowing in a certain direction, and the properties are different than the negative side. And the negative side is flowing in another direction, which is different from the positive direction and has different properties from the positive energy, right? The negative side has a high concentration of electrons, and the positive side has a high concentration of protons. So, without electrons, without the properties and the flow of electrons, the positive side cannot function on its own. It cannot be energy without the negative side, without these electrons, without these certain flow of direction and properties. And at the same time, without the positive side of energy, without these protons, without this certain flow and currency, there cannot be any energy, right? So the negative and the positive side need each other to produce energy. Without either of these sides, there cannot be energy, right? So it does not necessarily mean that the negative part, the negative side of energy is the bad part. No, it actually means that it's got a high density of electrons and it flows towards a different direction. And the positive side has a high concentration of protons and it flows towards a certain direction. It has these two dimensions have different properties which work hand in hand, which compensate each other to work in order to produce energy. Otherwise, this labeling of positive and negative does not necessarily interpret into what we know as positive and negative. It actually just describes the characteristics of these different points of energy, right? So I will talk of energy in another video, but today I'm just here to address the feminine and the masculine points of energy. Let's take the feminine energy as the negative point of energy, and let's take the masculine as the positive end of energy, right? So properties of the masculine energy are you take action. It's just actioning. You put your mind to that thing. Okay, I'm going to do it. No question asked, no second guessing, right? That's number one. And number two is strength. Strength, might, just being strong. Yeah, let me just say that. Just strength. Being bold and confident. You just don't care about anything. Self-esteem extremely high. That's properties of them. Those are the properties of the masculine energy. Being tall, the physique, having muscles and being extremely tall. The makeup of the flesh means that you have masculine energy. The rain has stopped, so let's continue on our divine masculinity properties. Being carefree, just extremely not caring of what's about to happen or what's going to happen in the future. You just do not care about what is happening around you. You just want to do this thing and you want to go for it. Whatever the consequences are, you don't care. You don't plan ahead. You don't analyze pros and cons or see danger. You just don't care. You just go for this thing, right? You just don't care about how you look, right? Looks don't matter as long as you're happy and free. As long as you've got what you want, you don't care what people say. Those kind of things. It's just being carefree, right? Easygoing, intelligence, grasping things, like quick learner, fast learner. You can do things while you just learn by seeing, right? You don't necessarily have to go through practicals and spoon feeding to learn something, right? Selfishness, just being selfish, thinking for yourself. You don't care about the next person. As long as you are the one who's benefiting and as long as you are the one who's happy, it's okay. you can't even help the next person. You just feel like, no, as long as I'm good, I don't care what the next person is going through or what the next person is doing, right? And a lot more we cannot exhaust these characteristics. And then coming to the feminine, divine feminine energy, it involves emotions, being extremely emotional, empathy, feeling the next person's pain, selflessness, nurturing. You're not really a fast learner. You need everything to be done for you, and you need practicals to go through these things. You need to be spoon-fed. You need to be cared for, right? You're emotional. You cry easy. You feel pain. You react faster to stimulus. You care. You have so much love. You put other people before you. You sacrifice things for other people. You sacrifice yourself for another person's gain. You're short. You're soft. The flesh is soft. You're a lover. You're a giver. You receive more energies. Like, you sense energies and absorb energy instead of emitting it. I don't know if it makes sense, but then it will make sense also to talk about energy. For today, we're just stating the properties of these polarities, the divine masculinity and the divine femininity. The divine feminine. Yes. So those are just the properties. Let's just work around those properties for today. Maybe as we move along on our next videos, we'll expand on it. Today, I just want to bring forth the concept of these masculine and feminine energies, right? Okay, so these are the properties of these divine energies, right? So, as human beings, we have these energies equally in our bodies. When you are created from the spiritual realm, now coming into the physical realm, in your mother's womb, you are being created. These energies are in play also. Even other energies are still in play, but even these ones are in play. So you are being made, and when you are being created in your mother's womb, these energy attack different parts of your body, right? So the masculine energy can just go and be like, okay, I'm going to attack the muscles or the flesh, right? And then you are born as a female with muscles, right? And then they'll be like, you know what? Let me just go and attack her emotions. That's the masculine energy. I'm just I'm personifying it right now so that it makes sense a bit. And then the masculine will be like, okay, let me just go and attack the emotions. And then you are just a female who doesn't cry easy, who cannot take care of children, who doesn't love people and doesn't love their babies. And then when you're in this realm, people will be like, what kind of female is this who doesn't take care of their babies, right? Confusing this whole thing of masculinity and femininity into males and female roles, right? And then, but then, when the masculine energy attacks the hormones, then that is when you will develop the male sex organs, right? But then it's possible that the divine masculinity can attack your hormones, but then the rest of the physical makeup is attacked by the feminine energy. Then you see a soft figured male, no muscles whatsoever, very emotional, nurturing, caring, a crybaby, loving. Everything is feminine about him except the hormones, right? That doesn't make him less of a man. It just makes him more feminine, right? He has more of this feminine energy. The masculine only attacked the hormones, the hormonal aspect of his physical realm, right? Which made him have these male reproductive organs, right? Exactly. And then the feminine goes like, okay, you know what? Let me attack the emotions. You become loving, cry baby, and all that. Okay, let me attack the mental aspect. You learn through being spoon-fed. You need practical lessons. You see those kind of things. Yet when the masculine energy attacked your brain, you become a visual learner. You're a fast learner. You just learn by saying, right? And then masculine energy also attacks your emotions. You're just selfish. You're unloving. You're not nurturing. You're mostly lazy. Lazy, meaning that in this physical realm, lazy means that you don't want to do chores. You just want everything to be done for you, right? You're lazy and all that. But then the feminine energy just comes and attacks your hormones. Boom. You're a female just like that. You come into this realm and they're like, ooh, what kind of a wife, especially in Africa. That's what they say. What kind of a wife would you be? Because we believe in fact, let me just say in my country, let me not umbrellize this whole thing. In my country, they believe that a female, a person whose hormones has been attacked by the divine feminine energy, which is labeled as a female in this realm, is supposed to take care of the children, be loving, be nurturing, be respectful, do all the chores, right? And then the man, the person whose hormones has been attacked by the divine masculine energy, is supposed to be strong, go out there and work, like provide. It mustn't be emotional, expected to be strong and ungently, you feel me, just become manly, right? Yet we are confusing this whole concept. Just because the energy, there's that kind of energy attacked the hormones of that physical person, doesn't mean that they possess all these properties of the divine feminine energy. It just means that the divine feminine attacked her hormones, hence making her look or have the female sex organs in the physical realm, right? Having these female sex organs just because your sexual hormones were attacked by the feminine divine energy doesn't mean that your mind was also attacked by the divine divine feminine energy. It just means that your sexual hormones were attacked by the divine feminine. Otherwise, you can be extremely manly in all aspects, just only the sexual aspect of yourself, right? So I'm here to I'm trying to break the stereotype of male and female roles and male and female expectations. That let's not put pressure on people just because of their sexual or gender orientation, and let's not expect people to act according to their sexuality or sexual presentation in the physical realm, right? So this whole concept of divine feminine and masculine energy rolls back to these LGBTQ community. These people, it's highly possible that as we evolved as a human race, the divine masculinity and divine femininity are coming together, working as one, just like they did in the past. Okay, let me just not confuse you right now. I will talk about evolution in my in one of my videos, how we came about into being presented as the masculine and the feminine energy instead of just being one second energy, right? In the past, we just used to be one cell, one dual energy cell. But then let me not confuse you. I will talk about how we came into being two different bodies which come together to form one cell. I will talk about that in one of my videos to come. We evolved and became and started to become separate, right? So as we moved along, we became a male and female. So now, with this LGBTQ community coming forth, means that it's highly possible that we are devolving or are evolving into the past. Because life is a cycle. Let me not confuse you. Let's move on. So it means that these masculine and feminine energy are now working together to form even the sexual aspects or hormones. They are taking the hormones of an individual together, right? Then it will depend which one became dominant in the physical realm, right? So it may mean that the feminine energy in the sexual hormone region became dominant, the feminine energy. It became dominant, but then the masculine was able to present itself or to portray itself in the physical realm. But then in the spiritual realm, the feminine energy is the one dominating. So it means that this person in the physical realm would look and have this male organ, but then internally he feels like he is a female. You know what? Let's just have a separate topic on this phenomenon, a separate topic, so that we explain this phenomenon in depth. But then, just to summarize this thing, the masculine and feminine energy are there to work together, just like the positive and negative poles of energy do. No energy is superior than the other, and no energy is inferior to the other. They're just here to work together to compensate each other in order to produce energy. Without one of these, there is no energy, and there is no you, and there is no this. There is no illusion of life. So that's just what I'm here to clarify today. Elements. Good day.